Hey everyone, Mrs. Williams here with Directed Drawings. And today we're going to draw a wolf. One of my students challenged me to draw a wolf. Never have drawn one before, so we'll give it a try. I am actually going to be using my iPad. Oh, it's upside down. My iPad with my Apple Pen, and I'm going to be using an app called Notability. But there's tons of drawing apps if you want to try it on an iPad or a tablet. You can also just grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to be drawing this wolf, and I want you to think of your paper in like 4 different quadrants, okay? So I'm going to erase those because we don't want them there, but I want you to think while we're drawing this where I'm kind of drawing. Am I drawing in the upper quadrants, the lower quadrants, right, left? And that will help you kind of get the spacing right for your wolf, okay? We're going to draw some lines that will kind of cover up with fur. So I'm actually going to switch my pencil stroke to a very like thin one, and then I'll switch to a thicker one before. If you're using just your normal pencil, just go ahead and just do it real lightly. Okay, so let's start with just the top of the head. Okay, you want to make sure that you leave room for the ears. And again, this one we're kind of sketching, so it's okay to do a couple different lines. All right, then we're going to do the ears, and I'm going to draw a line that way and then a line that way, and then I'm going to kind of curve them down. Okay, they have the pointy ears. Okay, from there I am going to go back to the top and curve out and down. Okay, curve out. Oops, I'm going to redo that one. I am going to curve out and down. Okay, now you can see my line is not good, but that's okay. We are going to go over it. So actually, I'm going to try it one more time. Third time's a charm, right? Oh, a little bit better. You can always go over it. That's kind of where I want it to be, is right there. I'm going to cover that with some fur, so it's going to be okay. All right. After that, we are going to draw kind of the basis of the nose, okay? So looking at, we want to think, remember, we want to think of it kind of like in fours like that. So I'm going to get rid of those. But we are going to kind of draw. Now that's going to look kind of funny right now, but don't worry, we're going to make it work. And then that's going to be like the snout of the wolf. And then over here, we're going to draw a line. And over here, we're going to draw a line. I know, it's not looking like a wolf, trust me. And then we're going to go in and in, almost looking a little like home plate. Okay. Now, from there, I know, trust me, it's not looking like a wolf, but it will. From there, we're going to draw some lines. So I want you to go kind of like right above, like an inch above where the snout. And I want you to draw some lines that go like that to the edges. We're setting up the area for the eyes, okay? And then from there, we're going to draw wolf eyes, and they are very defined. So I'm going to draw almost like teardrops, okay? So I'm going to use my little eraser to go in right there. Oh, I erased the whole line. So I'm going to undo that. Let's see. Will it let me? I just want to do partial. Okay, so I'm just going to erase a little bit right there. If you're using a pencil, you can use your eraser. Okay. And maybe I'll erase this line while I'm giving you a chance to draw. Let's make it a little bit thicker. Again, I'm using the Notability app. It's not free, but there are free ones out there that you can use. I love Notability though. Okay, so let's go back to my drawing tool. Now we're going to add a little bit, we're going to draw like a half circle down there at the bottom. And then right above that, we're going to draw the base of the nose. Okay. So it's starting to come together just a little bit. Okay. So from there, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. From there, we are going to, let's see, are you guys all caught up? We're going to draw kind of the inside part of the nose. So I'm going to start, I'm going to start on one side of the nose and kind of go in for their nostrils. Okay, you can add a little definition, but we're actually going to color that in with a Sharpie or your pencil later to make it a dark. No, I'm just going to color it in right now. Okay. I'm just going to color the whole nose in. Never mind. I changed my mind. I do that often. Okay. So from there, now we're going to take the wolf's snout and draw some definition down the middle. Again, we're going to like go over all these lines. So we're just kind of sketching. And I'm going to draw some light lines right around here, okay, for the eyes. You're kind of, again, framing those eyes. And then now I'm actually going to take my pen and add in the eyeballs, okay? And then I'm going to draw the middle from there. Let's see how this is going to work, okay? All right. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm actually going to take the eyeball pupil, the whole area like that. See how I thickened it up a little bit? All right, it's kind of starting to look like a wolf, right? You can add some lines down the middle like so. Again, we're just adding some definition. All right, now let's define the snout a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit thicker pen, and from there, I am going to kind of connect from there to there, okay? So I'm defining it a little bit more. Okay, see how that works? Just making it stand out a little bit more. And then after that, I am going to take that thicker line, and now I'm going to do, actually maybe I'll take it down just a little bit. I'm going to do some like fur. So I'm just going to come through and I'm going to draw some fur on the edges. Okay, so just like that, just some lines there, some lines on this side, and your lines can get bigger as you go up to the top. Okay. Okay. Then you can also kind of do some lines right here to frame the eyes. Again, whatever you think is looking best. And then from there, I'm going to do some lines, some fur lines right up here. And then I'm also going to do some up the center. Okay. Give you a second to catch up there. So we're starting to add some of the fur, and that's going to add some of the definition. Okay, next we are going to work on the ears a little bit. I'm going to round the edges a little bit So you see how I'm just tracing over it and rounding it? And then from there, I'm going to add another line to give it the 3D effect. And now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to add some, oops, sorry about that. I do not need your help right now, Siri. Then I'm going to add some lines right here for the fur. Okay, there we go. Starting to look pretty good. So wolves, they travel together in packs, and usually there's anywhere from like 12 to 20 wolves in a pack, depending on where they are. But they hunt together, and when they're together in their pack, they actually hunt really large animals. When they're on their own, they are going to hunt the smaller animals, but when they're in a big pack, they hunt the large animals, and the alpha pair always eats first, and once they're done eating, then the rest of the pack gets to eat. So it's pretty cool. All right, now let's go back to the ears, okay? And from here, now we're going to draw like the tufts of the hair that is in their inside of their ears. So from there, I'm going to do some lines just like that, okay? So kind of along that line that I drew to give it the 3D effect, and that's going to show like the tufts coming out. But now I want to add some fur along the edges of their ears. So I'm going to do like teeny tiny little lines, and you can either pick up your pencil each time or you can leave it on and just kind of go back and forth. No right or wrong way. Okay, so there we go. And then you can do a couple that are like up a little bit, almost like the owl. Okay, and so that's going to give it that like furry ears. All right. I'm going to take my thicker pen now, and I'm going to outline the eyes. Since we did the fur around the eyes, I'm just going to trace over that again to just really make them stand out. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to add some fur around the head. Okay. So I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to go up here to the top. I'm just going to do lines. You can, again, just draw individual lines, or you can keep picking up your pencil. And then I'm going to go along the ear line. And again, just, you can hear my Apple Pen tapping. Okay. So again, there we go. All right. Now I'm going to go through the edges, the cheeks. Okay. Make those a little bit longer. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to make the ones at the bottom kind of come together. Okay, I'm drawing my lines. There we go. Some more. This is going to take a little while. Again, you're just going through all the edges. Okay. Wow, it's looking good. Okay, so from there, we are going to, let's see, from here, let's go ahead and add, I'm going to add a line. I'm going to thicken this up a little bit, okay? And then I want to maybe have some of these lines go a little bit taller. Again, never drawn a wolf. This is all brand new to me. Okay, I want to draw some whiskers. So for my whiskers, I am going to go from the cheek, like to the side of the nose. And from there, I'm going to go out like that. and then out like that. I think I'll put 4 or 5 on each side. Wow. Okay. How is yours doing? Good? Just remember, it's first time. So, all right. So I'll give you a second to kind of catch up, maybe add a few more. I'm going to actually switch to brown or gray here in a second. I'm just going to add in a little bit of color. I don't want to put too much color, okay? So I learned when I was researching wolves a little bit that they actually are born deaf and blind, and they are only about a pound when they are first born. All right, I'm going to take the brown and kind of see how I did the brown. I'm actually using the highlighter right now, but that's because I just kind of want to blend some of this in. Oops, undo that little extra. So I'm just going to blend some of this, and then I'm going to go through with one of my pens. So again, I'm using the highlighter. I'm just blending some of this, and then I'm going to go through with my pen. And I'm probably going to use some gray, maybe some darker brown, because wolves, they can be kind of brown, they can be gray. Come up here with my highlighter. Come up here. Wow, the brown really adds a lot, huh? All right, I think I'm going to add some brown on the nose. Okay. There we go. Come up this way. There we go. All right, so now after that, I am going to grab my gray, and I think I'm going to switch to my pen, and I'm going to grab the gray, make it thicker. Okay. So now I'm going to add some gray. I'm going to go in and, oh, you know what? I might actually like the highlighter better. Yeah, I'm actually going to switch to the highlighter. Let's see if it'll give me gray. Yep, it will. So I'm going to take my gray highlighter. I'm going to use a smaller brush. And then I'm actually going to just use the highlighter because I like that it's a little bit more sheer. So I'm just going to fill in those areas that don't have brown with gray. But you could do all brown. You could add in some other colors. You could add in a dark, dark gray. Okay, so just quickly sketching. Not perfect, which is okay. We can always go back in later and add some more. I think crayons actually would be really cool for those of you that are doing the paper, because you could blend them really well together. Okay, I think I'm going to take some pink, like not a hot pink, but maybe like a lighter pink. I'm going to add a little pink in the ear, not too much. That might even be a little bit too dark, but I'm going to add a little bit. I think that's a little too much pink. So what I think I'm going to do for the pink is I'm just going to add it right where like the corner right there. Okay, so it's not as much. The bottom lip. Ooh, what do I want to do with that? I think I'm going to make it a dark gray right there. So with the highlighter tool with Notability, you can go over it again and it'll like darken it. The more you go over it, the darker it gets. Kind of a cool tool. Okay. So I'm just going to add maybe a little bit darker through the cheeks. Okay. And we could really spend hours coloring, right? But I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I do want to color the eyes. I think I'm going to make them green. So I'm just going to go over it with the highlighter and make them green. Wow. Okay. I'm going to stop coloring for now. I do need to sign it though, so I'm going to grab my thinner pen, and right here I'm going to sign Mrs. Williams. A couple of my students have been adding the date, which is a really good idea, especially when you look back on it from years from now. You'll remember the day that you did this. All right, I'm liking it. Okay, so go ahead and finish this up. If you know how to reach me, send me a picture or attach it to a file. Give me some more ideas of things that we can draw. I'd really like some new ideas. Look at this. I've never drawn a wolf before, and there it is. And looking forward to our next drawing adventure. I'll be uploading a new one tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everyone.